The prep is completed. All the seasonings for the different dishes are laid out. The sides are washed, peeled, chopped, sliced. The first dish is some angel hair pasta with roasted zucchini and mushrooms in a garlic olive oil marinara sauce. And these jars of sauces are pretty useful. They make things go quicker instead of making your own sauce from scratch, unless you have the time. But during the week, I don't have the time. But I do need to spice it up, so I added some extra Italian herbs like your rosemary, oregano, basil, and sage. I added some onion powder, garlic powder, salt, and I'm gonna add some extra roasted garlic once those are completed. The next dish is brown stew vegan burgers. I think this is the Beyond Meat burger. And my seasoning are some thyme, onion powder, garlic powder, some chilies, and some purple onions. And for the rice and peas, I'm going to use black beans this time to kind of switch it up. And I have coconut milk. The next dish is vegan chorizo with black beans, rice, and peas. And I'm going to spruce up the seasoning of the chorizo with some onion powder, garlic powder, salt and pepper, and tone down the spice a little bit with whatever barbecue sauce I have on hand, which just happens to be this one. Good tip when using the soy chorizo from Trader Joe's, it's absolutely flavorful, it's delicious. But even though it comes in its own plastic covering, I wrap it with saran wrap and then I put it in a Ziploc bag, or you'll have a mess on your hands. The next dish is vegan tacos. I'm using Beyond Beef crumbles that I got from Publix. Hard taco shells. It does come with its own seasoning, but I made my own spice blend. Here it is. And it's chili flakes, smoked paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and a little bit of chipotle seasoning. I also added some of the rosemary and thyme just to kind of, and oregano also, to kind of add a little bit of a savoriness to it. Next up is some curry lentils, and these are uncooked. So I'm gonna pop them in the pressure cooker for about 25 minutes. And then I'm going to use my spice blend of the usual onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, but I also have cardamom, chili flakes, ginger, turmeric, and then some curry seasoning. Next dish is the oven roasted mini potatoes. I'm going to flavor it with this home style Italian dressing, a dried form of it, and I'll give it a swirl in the avocado oil. And stick it in the oven 400 degrees 30 minutes. Next side dish is the oven roasted sweet potatoes, and in about a tablespoon of avocado oil I'm going to mix in some cinnamon, ginger, salt, pepper, cardamom, and onion powder. Give it a swirl, stick it in the oven 400 degrees 30 minutes. The corn and the pumpkin will only have salt and pepper. It's time to put the sides in the oven. Everything has been seasoned. Roasted garlic is getting ready to go in. These are the times I wish I had a 6-burner stove. And I'm going to work with it. I am steaming the carrots in some water, just with some salt. Sauteing the purple onions and the mushrooms. And then I kind of pan-seared the broccoli initially, so the brown bits, just to really enhance the flavor of the garlic powder and onion powder that's on there. And then I added a little water and covered it so that it'll steam, not too soft and mushy, but with a little bit of a bite, because this is going to be reheated in the week. You don't want to just have like a broccoli mush. I've added 2 cups of lentils to a pot of water with 2 teaspoons of salt, and I'm going to let that cook. Then I emptied the jar of pasta sauce in the pot and added the Italian herbs and the additional seasonings before mentioned, and I'm letting that simmer. For my rice and peas, I filled the pot of rice about halfway up, used 2 cans of peas, actually black beans this time, and a half a can of coconut milk, some dried thyme, salt, pepper, onion powder, and I'm letting that steam for about 20 minutes. That way the rice is cooked, I guess, al dente and not mushy. I'm not a fan of mushy rice. For the vegan chorizo and the barbecue sauce, super simple. Added about a 1/4 cup of water, a cup of barbecue sauce, poured in the vegan chorizo, and added some of the sauteed onions and mushrooms that were done before, and just letting it simmer. The roasted garlic, I'm going to put some in the pasta sauce and some in my curry lentil for really big flavor. It smells just amazing. Next item on the dish is the brown stew Beyond Meat burger. That's my daughter in the background. So it does have the look of beef, but it's made from pea protein, so it gets soft, really soft. So I just want to put it down in the oil and just leave it, and then as it cooks it's going to firm up. Then I'm going to remove that from the burner and then make my sauce. I'm not going to cook the burger in the sauce because I want to keep the formation. The burger is finished. Nice and golden brown. Now it's time to make the sauce. Caramelized onions, mushrooms, multicolored bell peppers, herb mix of garlic, thyme, salt, onion powder, garlic powder, chili flakes, about 2 tablespoons of ketchup and some water, and I'm going to pour that in, make the sauce. So now I'm going to let that simmer. And then once the sauce comes together, that's going to be the sauce for my burger. The brown stew sauce is complete. Looks so beautiful and smells delicious. I'm so hungry. I can't wait to try this. Next is the vegan tacos made with the Beyond Beef crumbles, and this is what they look like. So I'm going to saute some of this. And now I'm going to add the seasoning. This is my spice blend of chipotle, garlic, chili, onion powder. Next, I'm going to add some multicolored bell peppers. And some caramelized onions. Give it a stir. So pretty. I'm going to add some of that roasted garlic. And then a cup of water. I'm going to let that simmer for about 30 minutes until the sauce comes together. It's going to be full of big flavors and nice and soft, and then it's going to go in between those crunchy tacos with some delicious creamy avocados. The final dish is the curry lentils. So the lentils are already soft. I'm going to add the coconut milk. The rest of the roasted garlic. It's going to melt away as it cooks. I've added the season next. I'm going to give it a good stir, and then it's going to thicken up. And the curry and the cardamom and the ginger, it's all gonna get in there and flavor every lentil bean. And this I'm gonna serve either with the rice and peas or with some naan bread.